Many blessings, reflection. Good to have you with me again. Today we're going to talk about amethyst. This is love all crystals, right? But this is one of my favorites. This is definitely one of my favorites. I'm part of the violet ray, so I'm a little biased towards amethyst. But it's an exceptional energy to work with. One of the primary functions of amethyst that you're going to work with, at least that I have been working with, is for protection. So amethyst, I'll show you some pieces while we're talking. So this has been with me for a while. I was extremely blessed to have this beautiful being come into my life maybe a year and a half ago. So I'll get a little bit closer for you. So amethyst, the way that I see protection with amethyst, because there's different forms of protection, you know. The way that I see amethyst here, and like I said, I'm just gonna kind of go through some different pieces, right? So you can see the color tone difference, you know. So they're gonna carry a little bit different energies to them. The darker ones, for me at least, carry a stronger vibration personally. You know, it might be a little bit different with you. Everyone's a little bit different, but that's personally how I feel it. But the way that I would describe how amethyst performs as protection, so it's mainly psychic protection that's gonna occur with your amethyst. So imagine as if you were just like dead asleep, you're in a pitch black room, right? And you go to the window and it's, you know, midday, summer day out, and you just whip open the blinds, you know, you're like, whoa, you know, like that's way too bright. Like I need to reclose those blinds real quick. That's the way that I perceive personally how amethyst functions in that manner. It's letting out such a bright light that darkness just like it can't come close to it. It's too bright, you know. It's like I need to stay away from that. Like it's hurting my eyes, you know. It's ooh, too bright. So that's personally like how I intuitively pick up on how amethyst functions in that manner. So that's this style of amethyst. Okay, so I'm gonna get into a couple different variations of this. So this is a different style of this is a little more towards it's not, I'll show you another example of it next to it too. So this has a little bit of coating of hematite on it. Okay, so this carries both the amethyst qualities as well as hematite. Okay, so it has two different styles of protection. And a different one that I was just blessed with this. I was blessed with this as well as this one right here from, God bless you, Judy. I bless you so much, Judy, for gifting me these. So these two geodes. So these, just so you're familiar, these are geodes. Okay, so like this outer surface would be like the rock shell, and you crack it open, and this would be on the inside. Okay, so these are geodes. Okay, so you can see this one has more of the violet, and this one still it comes through with the violet, but it has a darker tone. It's the hematite, and you can even in some areas. I mean, I don't know how it's gonna come in here, but even a tiny little bit of red will pop through there every once in a while. And then just to show you a different style of that, so you know this one's really hematite heavy. Okay, so very protective in that manner. So again, the amethyst, the way that I perceive amethyst protection is just like it's letting out such a bright light that it just like it outshines all the darkness, and the dark energy can't come near it. It can't, you know. Where the hematite one, then it's a combo effect. You know, the way that I perceive hematite protection is like, it's like you got Hanuman on your side, and he's got his mace, and it's just like that blunt force protection, you know, like uh, not like, oh man, like it's so bright. It's just like, dude, don't come around here or I'm gonna have to whip out my mace, you know, or like Thor's hammer, you know, just like that blunt brute force like protection, like don't come around here, you know, or you're gonna get smashed in. That's just like, again, like how I intuitively pick it up. Another amazing quality with amethyst. So amethyst is violet, right? So this naturally carries the violet flame within it. Extremely, extremely, extremely beneficial, especially when you have it in your awareness. Then you can utilize that violet flame energy within it to transmute energies all around you. Okay, this helped me out so much on so many different levels. Okay, so transmutation, taking an energy from one state and then transmuting it into another state. Okay, so it really helped me get over a lot of like anxiety issues, a lot of depression. It helped me with getting over different addictive parts of my personality. So, you know, you can put those qualities that no longer serve you into the violet flame, again, with your awareness, you know, put them in there. And in your mind's eye, see the violet flame coming out of this stone, you know, and completely enveloping whatever you're working with, and allow it to transmute and call in whatever you want to work with, you know. I transmute this energy into this because I know that this is going to be of a higher vibratory quality for myself to further me along my path. Okay, and you can work with that on so many different levels. Okay, so very beneficial to have around you. It's been coming to me. I had this on me for a really long time, and then like it just like for whatever reason kind of fell back for a little bit. But recently it came in really strong that not that I need to, but it would be very wise of me to have this around. So I've been working with this very much. I'm a Reiki master. This is attuned. I got this attuned with me while I was going through that attunement. So it carries a lot of energy just beyond that too, this particular piece. Another couple other things, again, like a lighter, more like kind of like that lavender coming in, right? And then a darker tone of it, right? So this one in particular, oh man, I really like this one. So this is from Bolivia. Okay, so different types. You know, you could use this for like a grid. You know, you could grid this. You can grid any of the pieces I've shown, but this, you know, has those specific terminations where you can line them up, and then the energy is moving in that direction. You know, another style. This is an amethyst bed. Okay, and I don't think I've mentioned this yet, but amethyst is a form of quartz. Okay, so quartz, very common. Quartz are excellent for amplifying energy, so you can help, you know, really charge up energy that's around. This last piece, oh man, so I still go to this place, Crystal Life Technology, and give you guys a shout out real quick. Helped me out so much in Geneva, Illinois. I had been going here for quite some time, and this generator had this guy right here had been calling me for a long time, and I was like, I see you, man, I see you. I'm just kind of chilling out right now, you know, and very powerful. This one is extremely powerful. Let's see if you can get anything in there, and Samantha, if you're watching this, thank you for that amazing clue in with this, but the rainbow inclusions, right? Thank you so much for that term. There's a lot of really good rainbow inclusions in there. And this particular piece, the way that it was cut is the angles of it, you know, and like how it meets up. It's the precision is so it's a very 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 sharp, focused energy. Okay, if you feel what I mean on that, you know. So, like I said, amethyst is very protective, you know. So when you can work with an energy of amethyst is very precise with the flow of energy. It can be very direct with where you're sending that protective energy. You know, keep that in mind. If you work in that realm of stuff, keep that in mind, because and so amethyst is resonating up here. Okay, so your crown chakra is violet. That is the color tone of it. So the energy is resonating up top. Okay, so it helps you get into a very deep meditative state. Again, you can, if you're having that chatter in your mind of like very worldly type stuff, use the amethyst to transmute that energy into a higher spiritual state. Yeah. You can really get deep with it and get into different realms, you know, and then carry that energy with you in that realm so that you're protected, you know. And then if you're, again, it's a very, in my experience, it's a very bright energy, you know. So if you're, depending on the work that you're doing, you might not want to carry something that's so extremely bright. Okay, so keep that in mind too. I've had experiences with that. So the another way that you can use this too. I don't have a sphere on me, but you can scry. So scrying, I covered that in my labradorite video too. So it's looking into the crystal ball, you know. So as you're looking into the amethyst, you know, just working with amethyst in general is going to help open up your crown, open up that spiritual awareness. So when you're scrying with it, it's going to take you into those spiritual realms. Okay? So very beneficial to have around with you. And then flip that around real quick just to bring this back in, the black amethyst. Okay, so you have the amethyst energy, and then down at your root chakra, you have the hematite. Okay, so very unique in that manner. I covered boji stones, which is somewhat similar to it, but boji stones are with your soul star, so a little bit above your crown, and then your earth star, which is a little bit below your root. Okay, so the hematite, like I said, is more of like a brute force type of blunt, you know, just like backup protection type of thing. Where the amethyst, so then you have both qualities in this. You have that very high, you know, bright energy, but you still have that really strong, you know, like don't mess with me type of energy as well. So that could be a very good option for you to use. And then like in terms of meditation too, you know, like you open up your crown and you get into those other realms, but you still keep yourself grounded with the hematite. You know, it's a really dynamic type of energy to work with. And yeah, like I said, very beneficial for myself when I was going through some rough times with, you know, more addictive type of stuff. Like I was drinking a lot. I had, you know, other things that were going on with myself that it was a hard time for myself, you know, and this helped me transmute all those habits that I was in into higher habits, higher vibratory habits that moved me into a more conscious state of being. Okay? Yeah, amethyst, really awesome. Love it. Another thing that it will help too is in dream states. You know, if you have reoccurring nightmares, I had some when I was younger that were just like, it was brutal. It was extra brutal. And it was like, I know it was like part of like my path that was coming up in that moment too. Um, but it was a hard time, and I really wish that I had Amethyst around in those moments. You know, it was challenging. It was really challenging, and since I've been working with this, I have this. It's a little, like I said, the lighter tone for myself is like a softer energy. You know, still very useful and very bright with the energy in that manner. It's just it's softer. Okay, that's just how I feel it personally. So I put this on a piece of shungite that's like right by my bed. So I have the amethyst on top and then the shungite underneath. So I have those two energies kind of working with each other. It'd be very similar almost to the you know, the hematite. Shungite obviously has some other qualities to it, but um, just a way that I like to use it. And yeah, so if you're looking to tap into that spiritual energy, you know, and to bring it in, amethyst is going to be the spot. It's one of the tools that you're really going to want to work with. You're really going to want to work with it. And, you know, again, you can grid with it. You can just have them in your space, you know, like this, for myself, what I sense this does is like, it's like a flashlight, you know, and like wherever this face goes, that's where the light's going, you know. So when I'm working with meditation, then I'll, like, if I'm working with my gong, for an example, I might have, you know, the, like, sitting on the altar up there, right? So then the energy, that amethyst energy, is going to go right through to and get right at the crown of my head. You know, it's gonna be resonating like straight through there, you know. So then when you're working in that manner, then you have that energy just flowing at you the whole time, and it will help open up your crown, especially if that's the area that you're gonna work with. Amethyst is very strong to open your crown. Your crown is where you're gonna start accessing that spiritual wisdom. Okay, so yeah, amethyst. Check it out sometime. Very, you know, varying degrees of what you can get, and different uses you can use it for. Again, once I started to tap into the violet flame, that really started to change how I use it, for sure, and I experienced the changes. So keep that in mind too, you know, and have fun with it, enjoy it, you know. And just as much as it has the violet flame and it can transmute stuff, with almost all stones and crystals, you're gonna want to cleanse them. Okay, so before I did this video and afterwards too, I'm gonna sage it, you know, cleanse the energy from it. Yeah, much love to you. Thank you for checking out the video. If you got other questions on this, if you want me to cover other stones, other crystals, different methods of use, you know, let me know. You can comment in the link. Other than that, have a blessed rest of your time, and tune in next time. Peace.